Hey everybody, welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. It is Monday, sometime in August. Go figure. Before we get started, just some administrative stuff. As always, don't forget www.theshavingcadre.com. We feel we are the best men's shaving and gentlemanly forum on the interweb, so please check that. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you look right there, you'll see a barber pole with a cowboy hat. That is my subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel. We certainly appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 to do another big giveaway. We'd certainly appreciate it. We'll probably do the giveaway earlier because all of us will be dead by the time I get to 1,000. So go figure. Also, throughout the video, look up here. And usually the first one up there is a gentleman by the name of Nurse Dave, a really good friend of mine. And I need to throw him a ton of kudos. On our Zoom calls on Sunday nights, every 2 weeks or so, Sunday afternoon, somehow we came up with this challenge, and the gentlemen that are on the Zoom call get to pick what you shave with, and he did a video, so make sure you check out his latest video because we had him shave with mayonnaise. He got to choose the razor of his choice, a basting brush to put the mayonnaise on. His aftershave was orange juice, and his eau de toilette was whiskey. Perfect shave, huh? So now, unfortunately, I am the next one in the group. So I will be the next one to, unfortunately, be tagged for this. So we will see what happens with that. Today, once again, it's going to be a little bit of a longer shave because I'm going to go over a couple things. But we're going to shave again with the Thier Scissor that Bill M. Gave to me that was honed on Convex hones. And see how that goes. Now, I had an interesting, and once again, I appreciate all the comments that you guys put. I really like that. And I try to get back to all of them as soon as possible. But be nice. No negative comments. If you get a negative comment, you're going to get booted. Anyhow, I had two comments, one by Martin and one by Manish, and they were talking about the convex edge. Now, I am no expert, but of course, when I talk about hollow ground, full-bellied hollow wedge, that is the grind of the blade itself, okay? In other words, when they're making the blade, that's the grind. I may be wrong. And then, we were talking about, is the edge convex or is the edge concave? You know what? All I know, it was honed on a convex bezel. And like I said, me rub steel on rock. I don't get into the engineering and the technical aspects and looking at things so closely under a loop. And if there's one little tiny scratch, does it shave well? Does it not shave well? That's all I care about. And so far, the convex honed blades shave the best. So far. Anyway. So enough of that. So Manish and Martin, thank you for commenting. I wish I could be more technically advanced than that, but maybe Bill M, I'll tag him. Maybe he'll come in and comment on that. I'm just evaluating the edge itself on how it shaves this mug. So anyways, I think I mentioned already, but if not, check out all the guys up here throughout the video. These are guys that provide content for the Shaving Cadre and help support their channels as well. Okay, today we are going to be shaving with the same razor just to see how the razor's going. Now, I did something after talking to Bill last night, and he had sent me, along with this package, he sent me a balsa strop, basically. And it is treated with 0.01 micron CBN, but if you notice, it's concave. Now, it's very light. You can see it more this way than you can this way. And he had suggested after our Zoom call last night that I go ahead and do some rolling X strokes on this just to tighten up the blade a little bit. And I did that. I didn't think it needed it, but I wanted to see how it worked. And I may try this on some of my other razors. Even though my other razors are honed on an Arkansas and a Coticule, I'm going to try to refine the edges on this micron. So thank you, Bill, for sending that. But that's kind of, when you're talking convex, you're not talking about a big curve, but you can definitely see it. You can definitely see it. And I can see where doing the X strokes will actually refine that edge pretty well. So thank you, Bill, for that. I certainly appreciate it. And we'll go from there. So today we're going to actually be using, I mentioned yesterday in my video that we're going to be using, that I tried different soaps to get the best possible results from that shave. And today we're actually going to be using probably the top soap in the den overall, and that's CBL Orion. Now, this is the Hammam Spa. Now, this is a soap that is unlike any other. There is a similar soap out there on the market that has a very, very unique way of lathering, and that's what we're going to show you today. So this shaving soap, in my opinion, is best with a synthetic brush. So I'm using a Sorrentino Corleone today. I've got just a little bit of water that I've floated on top of this, and it's a very, very soft, creamy soap. Now, when you load it, you want to load fairly heavy, but it's very pasty. I mean, it's almost like Elmer's glue. See that? It's almost like Elmer's glue. And then what I'll do is I'll add just a couple of drops of water just to refine it a little bit, and it gets a little bit more pasty, like that. So now you're thinking, how is this going to lather? And I think I've shown this before on my videos. Oh, and by the way, the coolest jars in the world. They're vacuum sealed. Really good stuff. So anyhow, so let me wet the face, and we'll go ahead and show the easiest way to lather this stuff. And kind of like Mitchell's wool fat, where you have to load it for 1,000 years. This one you have to lather for a little while to get right. So when you first do it, you can see it, very pasty. And when you put it on, it basically goes on almost like, well, like paste. And you want to work this in real well. But then what you want to do is just add a little bit of water to the tips of the brush and repeat the same process. And if CBL's got any of the Hammam Spa left over, get it. It's just, this was a collaboration that I had asked him to do for me, because the other items that we're using, it was actually formed after Hammam Spa, Savoy Steam. And they don't make it, well, they still make it, but it's a different formulation. But anyhow, you just keep adding water and repeating the process. And like I said, it'll take a while to get right, but there's a point in time, and I don't know how Chris designed this soap. There's a certain point in time where the water ratio and the soap ratio kind of say, hey, we're here, we're together. And all of a sudden, blammo, the soap just explodes into just something incredible. I honestly think it's the slickest soap that I've ever used. So we're almost there now. Now, a lot of people are saying, Dave, I don't have that much time to do all this lathering and stuff like that. Trust me, it's worth it. And we're there. Probably one more little thing of water. And I've never been able to break this soap, similar to a lot of the stuff coming out there. And there it is. And like I said, it happens. It's weird. It doesn't happen, on a, slowly but surely. All of a sudden, you get to that right soap to water ratio. And boom, it goes nuts. Now, the only negative side, if there really is a negative side to this soap, is the fact that it is so slick that you really need to make sure that your hands are dry when you use it, or razors will slip. Apocalyptic items will happen to your face, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure your hands are dry when you pick up the razor. Okay, let's see how it does with this soap. This soap is a little bit more forgiving than the Seaforth I used yesterday. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just if you're not moving the razor, it's so slick that it'll give you a pass. So you could literally touch down and not have to worry as much about cutting yourself to pieces. Now, I should mention, and by the way, it probably didn't need to be run across the balsa strop, and I just wiped myself out. I can tell you that right now. It's going to bleed right here. Again, a little bit of inattention, and it was just a quick slice. And that one's going to bleed pretty good, I think. But anyways, this thing is incredibly sharp. And I do a scything action with all my strokes. And I was too busy talking. And I allowed that to happen, which it does. So yeah, it got me pretty good. It's just a vertical slice. We'll see how bad it stays. The fun of straight shaving. Yeah, that's going to be there for a while. I'm probably going to have to put some styptic on that after the shave. But as slick as this soap is, and you know, that was Murphy's Law there. I said, oh, no, this soap's thick enough that you can't cut yourself. And stupid me, I do some inattention and blammo. And so it happens. It doesn't, and how you can tell how sharp an edge is when you do cut yourself is you don't feel it. I mean, I did not feel it except at the very end. I felt this little tingle, and I knew I cut myself. But it's such a smooth cut. So those of you new straight razor shavers that think, oh yeah, only the new guys cut themselves. No. Even those of us that have a couple thousand or almost 3,000 to 4,000 shaves. Let's see how this goes, because you can see it. Now this would be a good time where you could play that song. Strawberry Fields Forever, but just replace fields with blood. Strawberry blood forever. Yeah, there's so much blood loss that I'm getting lightheaded. Just joking. I make jokes about it because you have to. Yeah, so I can tell that it's just a small vertical slice going that way because I've done up and down and it's done nothing. So and it's almost pretty much stopped bleeding right now. But it is a vertical slice, and I can tell you what I did when I was coming this way. I tilted my wrist, which is my cardinal sin rule, and scythed, and it just the tip dug in and gave me a nice little as they say, a nice little bit nigiri for your sushi, mate. See, I've lost all that blood. I'm getting delirious now. I'm kidding. So yeah, I won't even add alum to it until we're done. So anyhow, back to our regular programming. This soap is just tremendous. And It is slicker than the Seaforth I used yesterday, but don't let that discount Seaforth. It's a wonderful soap. This one is very water dependent to get it perfectly slick. But once you do, the facial properties of the soap, as far as how it nourishes your skin, are tremendous. Now, hopefully by next week, this heals up, because I'm next on the hit parade for the stunt shave. And I have a bad feeling that these guys are going to be relentless in what they decide for me to shave with. Now, am I worried about it? No, it's the cadre guys. What can they come up with? I shaved with enchiladas. Yeah, we'll see. But as you can see, and part of the problem is I scythe when I'm coming up. And with a blade this sharp, if you're not paying attention where the toe and the heel are, and that's exactly what happened over there. Now let's see how she acts going up. But yeah, that was a clean cut, because if it had any jagged edges on it when I went up, it would have probably started bleeding. Somebody had mentioned that they hate watching me do the fool's pass because they're afraid I'm going to slip. Well, if you notice when I'm using the fool's pass, I kind of do an equidistant, but I lock my wrist and I lock my elbows. So I'm not doing this. I'm doing this with my shoulders. And that's all I'm doing. So basically I'm creating a kind of a pyramid or a tabletop, and I'm using that, and I'm using my shoulders as the pivot point, and not my arms, none of the action. I'm just doing that. And that gives it a really stable platform to do it. Again, another DS BBS shave. The neat thing with CBL is the cleanup can be done with just the residual slickness of the soap. So just another tremendous shave. I gotta say, these edges I'm really liking, and I'm hoping that when I run my other Arkansas and Cauticule edges along that balsa strock, it'll be interesting to see how they're refined. So that'll be interesting. Okay, let's have fun and let's see what the alum does to that lovely cut. And it stopped bleeding, so. But it's gonna feel wonderful. Oh yeah. Basically, right now, the way it feels is, here's what I want you to do. Do you want to have the true vision of what it feels like over there right now? Go into your closet or into your desk and get a really sharp number 2 pencil. Take that number 2 pencil and jab it in there. That's what this feels like right now. Rest of the face feels great. Yeah, so that'll leave a little bit of a racing stripe scar, but probably not too much. But that you know, what you want, if you are going to cut yourself, not that you want to, but if you want to cut yourself, you want to cut yourself with the sharpest thing available, because that way it heals up pretty quick. Again, what I do with the Quins is I leave my face wet And that allows me to put a little bit more on than just a couple of drops. It's still not a lot, but I can rub it into my skin and then dry it. And your face doesn't feel sticky, because that's the biggest complaint. I've mentioned this before. That's the biggest complaint that most people have with the Quins, is they feel like their face feels sticky afterwards, and a lot of that is the aloe vera content. And that was the cucumber and mint. And I'll clean up here real quick. So again, I got to hand it to Bill M. That Convex edge is nice. I do definitely like it. Okay, so again, today what we used is we used the TI with the convex toned edge. What you want to call it, concave edge, bevel edge, I don't care. Call it what you want. All I know is it works, and there's a lot of the proof. For the soap today, we use my good friend and my business partner, Chris Lindsay's CBL Soaps. Make sure you check him out at www.cblsoaps.com. Orion, and this is the Hammam Spa. A unique way to lather it, but trust me, you will love it. For the brush day, again, my good friend Eric Sorrentino Brushworks. This is the Corleone, and this has got a synthetic knot. For the aftershave today, we're going to be using CBL Hammam Spa. This is an aftershave milk. I do recommend shaking it a little bit, but it's got wonderful properties, and that's all you need. You don't need a lot. And again, this is in the Hammam Spa flavor. And we'll use a little bit of talc today, just with the whatever the residual is in the brush, because today's going to be kind of a scorcher. We didn't have any rain yesterday, which is the first time since the beginning of August we haven't had rain, so it was kind of sticky and hot and all that kind of happy stuff. Wonderful stuff. And then for the EDT, or actually this is an EDC, an Eau de Cologne, and it comes in a monstrous bottle. I don't think they have this one anymore, and I'm running kind of out. This is Savoy Steam, which is like a British spa type of scent. And it's just a tremendous smell. Geranium and steaming towels, I guess, would be the, and you get definitely the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol, the old time massages and stuff like that. So that's it. All right, folks, that's it for today. Thanks again for joining us. Once again, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified when new stuff comes out. And again, come visit us, www.theshavingcadre.com. And one final kudos to Mr. Nurse Dave for surviving the TSC Sunday Zoom Shave Challenge. And I will be uploading a video not early next week. It'll probably be late Sunday night, because I'm the one who is in the pickle barrel, so to speak. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday and a wonderful week, and we'll see you again tomorrow for the final shave with the TI with the Convex Edge from Bill M. Everybody take care. We'll see you again soon.